7 secrets shared by the top career coaches. There is a pattern among the best career coaches. And once you see the pattern, you're going to be able to replicate it. Success in career coaching isn't random. It is actually a formula. And in today's video, I am going to break down the 7 secrets shared by all the top career coaches so that you understand the pattern, so that you can copy them and start implementing them in your business and take your career coaching business to the next level. If we haven't yet met, my name is Daniel Botero and I've been a career coach for over 10 years. And for the last couple of years, I've worked with some of the best career coaches on the planet to help them build a more scalable, profitable, and impactful business. And I make videos like this to help you build your career coaching business. Secret number 1. The top career coaches have a very clear niche and have mastered their niche. They are not being distracted by the woman in the red dress. Instead, they are doubling down to become the number 1 go-to person in their particular niche. And you see, I know that it is scary to niche down, but when you niche down, not only is your marketing more targeted and you're able to attract better qualified candidates, but you're also able to provide a better service because you are optimizing your program to your particular niche and allowing you to do things that doesn't make sense for other career coaches. I'll give you an example. When I was building my career coaching business and my niche was international STEM students, and most of them are actually from India studying in American universities, I had an immigration expert come speak to my students once a month. And that was something that was very expensive for any particular student to do by themselves. But because I had over 400 active students, it was easy for me to hire an immigration expert and pay them their expensive fee and give the advice on immigration and understanding the visa process and understanding what new regulations are happening to our audience. That elevated the program, elevated the success rate of our clients, ultimately got us more testimonials, more success rates, which made marketing and sales even easier and creates this flywheel effect. I'll give you another example of a niche. Samuel De Inca has an amazing niche with helping people break into medical sales. And not only has he just doubled down on the niche, he's brought even doctors to teach his clients on how to sell to doctors, which is what you do in medical sales, which ultimately provides more value to his clients, better results, and ultimately a better business. And when you're able to niche down, you're going to be able to just master that particular area, which will allow you to grow your business. And I know this can be scary when you're beginning. And I'll give you another story. We had a client named Ellie. When she came into our program, she's been a career coach for a year or so, and she wanted to do this full time, but she hadn't niched down. And she was afraid that if she niched down, because she didn't have hundreds of thousands of followers, that she would not be able to get any clients because she was saying no to so many people. When we helped her niche down to IO professionals, and she created her program all about IO professionals, 6 months later, because of her right messaging and targeting and building a program towards that particular audience, she was able to be sold out. So I can keep going on and on of examples of how the top coaches have identified a niche and doubled down on it year after year as one of the biggest secrets that people are afraid to do. And that is the difference between making a couple $100, a couple $1,000 a month to making 40, 50, 60,000, $85,000 plus a month, which is millions of dollars, right? And so that is the secret to number 1, which is a clear niche. Secret number 2 is a value-based pricing and selling it at a high ticket offer. You see, if you are someone that has less than 200,000 followers, it would be very difficult for you to build a multiple 6-figure business if you don't have a high ticket offer, right? If you're selling your services for hundreds of dollars, you're going to need a lot of people, but if you don't have the followers and the attention to get all those people, then it's going to be very difficult for you to generate enough revenue to make this business worth your while. Especially if you're a career coach that has so much years of experience that can always go back to corporate America and make a couple $100,000 a year. Now, you're saying, okay, Daniel, so what is the play? If I don't have 200,000, 300,000, a million followers, what is the best way for me to build a multiple 6 figures and even a 7-figure career coaching business? And that is with high ticket offers. And the way you do high ticket offers is to do a value-based pricing. So you're not trading your time for money, but you're trading your your value for money. So you're solving a bigger problem, right? Instead of saying, hey, I will do interview prep for $250 an hour, or I will do your resume for $500, which is kind of like towards the high end of what you can charge for a resume. You say, I will work with you until you get a job, and you can charge more for that. And so going from value-based, going from hourly rate, low ticket programs to high ticket, value-based pricing is one of the secrets that the best career coaches offer. It's being able to deliver a very high ticket offer, which means that you have the resources to hire really good coaches and deliver a really great service and position yourself as the premium offering. But because you're overall solving the big problem, which I help people get promoted, I help people pivot, I help people gain clarity, I help people get jobs, or I help people make more money, you're ultimately able to charge more for that. Now, here's also a big reason why you should do this. The more you charge, the more your clients take your program seriously, and the more they are willing to go to every call, execute, and therefore get the results. You see, when people don't have skin in the game because your program is too cheap, they're going to miss the calls. They're going to miss, they're not going to watch the videos, and they're not going to actually do what you tell them to do. You see, knowledge is not power. Actionable knowledge is power. And the more your clients take you seriously and execute your advice, the better the results they get. So it's funny because when the more you charge, the better the execution your clients are going to do. The better the execution, the better results. Better results, better testimonials, which ultimately goes back and creates this flywheel effect to help you get more clients. So secret number 2 is high ticket, value-based pricing. Secret number 3 is build a strong brand. You see, this is going to be the ultimate competitive advantage. Your brand, your reputation, what people are saying when you are not in the room. If you want to build a long-term successful career coaching business, your brand needs to be top of mind. And by the way, I am not saying that you need hundreds of thousands or millions of followers to build a brand. All of us have a brand. You already have a brand. A brand is what people say when you're not around. And that is the question that I have for you. Have you ever audited your brand? Have you ever Googled searched yourself? Have you ever seen if people are saying bad things about you and your program, and how are you protecting that, right? Because what people are saying about you will ultimately create this snowball effect, either help you or not help you. Right? Because you can have millions of followers, but if you're having a bad program or a bad brand, people will talk and eventually will catch up on yourself. So if you want to build a long-term business, a brand is important. Here's another reason why this becomes even more important as we continue on in 2025 and on. Look, there's this thing about the creator economy is growing. More and more people are looking to monetize their skill sets, right? Because of social media, the person that has a six-pack is teaching people how to get a six-pack. The person that is a public speaker is teaching people how to be a public speaker. The person who understands gut health is teaching people how to get better in their gut health. And the people with very good careers are helping people in careers. And so you're going to have more and more career coaches or people starting career coaching businesses in 2025 than ever before. And what's going to set you apart from someone that's just starting out or someone that it's looking to build this business in you? And that comes down to your brand, your reputation, your testimonials, your social proof. And that is going to be very, very important. And so if you look and study some of the biggest coaches in the space, they have flawless brand. And remember, it takes years to build a brand. It takes seconds to destroy it. So it's extremely important that you're always being cautious about how you're coming across and how everyone in your team is coming across, because they're representing you as well. Secret number 4, predictable lead generation systems. Look, what you don't want to do is always constantly worried where your next lead or client is coming from. And what you want to be able to do is build systems and processes so that you can have predictable leads, therefore sales calls, and therefore clients in your business. Because if you know that the right systems and processes are going to generate, let's say 200 leads a month, and that's going to generate you 4 or 5 clients a month, and those 4 or 5 clients are going to generate you $25,000 to $30,000 a month, that you have stability in your business. Now, this is great for many reasons, obviously, because you want $20,000 to $30,000 to constantly come into your bank account. but more than anything is that what's going to do to you mentally. Because if you're not worrying about where your next client is going to be, you now frees up mental real estate for you to actually think about how to better your service, how to think about the future of your business, how to make the right hiring decision and not be afraid that tomorrow I won't be able to afford payroll, and you're actually going to be able to grow your business. So one of the secrets in what top career coaches have in common is they've built predictability in their lead generation, therefore marketing efforts, and know that they're going to have an influx of clients in a very predictable manner. Will it always be the same? Will every month be 5 clients or 10 clients? No. Some months might be 8. Some months might be 12. Some months might be 10. But you understand that it's going to average around 10, whatever the number is. And therefore you can create a budget, create hiring decisions, strategic decisions, investment decisions, and know how to pay yourself accordingly and not have to worry about where your next dollar is going to come from. It just generates so much freedom in your mindset that you have no idea, that allows you to not come from a point of scarcity, but come from a growth mentality. And so having those systems in place from the beginning is going to free up so much your mindset that will allow you to just explode and focus your energy and attention elsewhere. Secret number 5, being obsessed with client success. You see, this secret is connected with a lot of the other secrets that I've mentioned already. But this one is extremely important because this is one of the biggest things that you can do for your business. See, one of the common factors that I see with some of our best clients and some of the best coaches that I've networked with and interviewed for my podcast is that they're obsessed with the results of their clients. And it's amazing because some of these coaches have the biggest followings on LinkedIn, and you're just assuming that they're more obsessed with marketing than client success. But the reality is that the best coaches are more obsessed with client success than they are with marketing. And this is really important because you understand that if you have a really good product, you're going to make marketing very, very easy, because a good product generates good results, good testimonials, good referrals, and just creates this flywheel effect. And so if you are like the majority of coaches that I meet that are more obsessed with marketing and sales than they are with client success, I actually want you to change that mindset. Client success should be your priority, because in the long term, that's going to make marketing and sales a lot easier. It is the linchpin. So what are these coaches doing client success that makes their program so well? Well, one of the things we've identified is that all coaches have programs and they have 3 main things in common. Those 3 things is they have really good strategy, really good communities, and really good accountability, which is why I've seen that the best programs are actually hybrid programs. Hybrid programs that have some elements that are one-on-one, there's some elements of group coaching, and there's some elements of accountability and support with some sort of a client success manager. Right? And I think the reason why this is so successful is also the same reason why you're going to get the best results in any goal when you have strategy, community, and accountability, right? We understand strategy is important, but strategy is kind of free. You can ask ChatGPT for strategy. You can watch YouTube videos on strategy. What makes it really sticky and allows people to execute their goals faster is actually having a community of like-minded individuals going after the same goal. And second part of that is accountability. Right? As humans, we do a better job at holding a commitment for others more than we do for ourselves. Ask yourselves, how many times have you hit the snooze button in the last couple of months? Now, how many times have you hit the snooze button when you're about to go to a doctor's appointment? And I'm willing to bet, because I've done it too, the warm is super bad, it's warm, it's cold outside, I'm just going to sleep in a little bit, right? But if I knew that I had to be somewhere or meet with someone, I am way less likely to just hit the snooze button, get up and get ready and go meet that person. And that's really important, because that is actually what allows people to execute the program, execute the strategy, and therefore get the results. And so every program that you build should have those 3 elements. And by no surprise, shameless plug here, is the reason why any of our programs at Opni will always have the 3 components. The strategy of someone who's been there, done that, right? And the game plans, the systems, the processes, the videos, the templates, all of that. That's great. But what really makes our program special is the community and the accountability that allows you to actually hold you accountable to the goals that you've set, and then help you do that, and also learn from other people who are in the same journey as you. So if you're not already prioritizing client success, what are you waiting for? Because a good client success will allow you to have better results for your clients, which means more testimonials, more referrals, better branding, easier marketing, easier closes, more money, more impact, more everything. So client success is key. And this is probably something I will talk more and more and more about in 2025, because I think it's one of the most underrated topics that we need to talk about more when it comes to career coaching. Secret number 6 is data-driven decision making. Top coaches make decisions based on data and not emotion. They're able to understand where to allocate their resources and their energy and time to solving that constraint based on what the data is telling them, not what they're emotionally attached to. And I can give you an example of many times where even me personally, I focused on the wrong constraint because I was emotionally attached to that constraint and not looking at the obvious data that's telling me where to focus my attention. So what I am challenging you here is, are you even collecting enough data to make this decision, right? Are you just collecting data on marketing beats easy because LinkedIn gives you the number of views? But are you also collecting that data on people attending to your workshops, people going to your sales calls, your closing rate, your cash collected? What are your KPIs? Same thing with client success. Like, are you collecting the data of how long people are in your program? What is the success rate of your program? What is the net promoter of your program? What percentage of your clients are giving you referrals? All that data needs to be collected. So if you don't have KPIs for your business in every single area of your business, and you're not collecting that and reviewing that on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis, then you're not able to make decisions based on data, and you're making decisions based on emotion. And the problem about making decisions based on emotion, especially in business, is that we're not looking at our blind sides. And that's why it's really important that you're taking the time and you're using a KPI board to be able to understand what part of your business needs your attention at the moment. And if you haven't already watched the video where I talk about the theory of constraint and I give you benchmarks of the data that you need to be able to collect, then there's going to be a link up down here about it, or you can watch it and we'll recommend it, because it's one of the most powerful videos I've created that talks about the different stages of a career coaching business, but helps you identify what your constraint is by looking at the data. Secret number 7 is they work with coaches. The top career coaches are not afraid to reinvest into their business and hire people who've been there, done that. Hire people that are experts at solving the constraint that they are at. And look, that happens to all of us. If you're expecting your clients to hire you as a coach, then you need to be able to show by example that you do the same. And it's not just for that example. It is because if you are in a service or a coaching business, that is the fastest way to grow. If you own the factory, the fastest way to increase capacity is by buying new machinery and equipment. Well, the way that you buy machinery and equipment in a coaching consulting business is by working with coaches and experts and consultants of people who've been there, done that. Now, you're saying, Daniel, great. Well, that's just saying go hire you. No, I am not actually just saying come hire me. I am saying, 1, identify your constraint, or maybe you need help identifying your constraint, and find someone who's been there, done that to help you solve that constraint. Sure, I think you should look into me, but I think that there's other coaches. Now, here's how you identify to hire the right coach. Because just like career coaches, there's some really, really great career coaches and there's some really, really bad career coaches. And that happens with coaching too. And so my best way of hiring coaches, making sure that my investments are going to give me a return on investment, are a couple of them. Number 1, you shouldn't interview at least 3 of them. You shouldn't just hire the first person that you interview. Number 2, that's the person that I am hiring you been there, done that, and taught at least 3 people. At a minimum, 3 people. Meaning, the best way to reach any goal is to learn from someone who's done it, but someone who's not only done it, but has shown the ability to teach others and transfer that knowledge. And those people have gotten success, right? And that is why you're going to see that the more successful that coach is, the more expensive there is. And a lot of times, I wouldn't just be picking a coach on who the cheapest is, because odds are if they're the cheapest, they're probably just getting started and they haven't really have a proven track record. To me, I much rather pay a little bit more, but work with someone that has a track record, because I know that the odds of success are dramatically increased because they've already been there, done that, and they have the testimonials to do that. So don't be afraid. I've made mistakes of hiring bad coaches and I've made mistakes of hiring good coaches. And this is where I would just challenge you to say, be humble enough to ask for help and speed up the learning curve by working with someone who's been there, done that. but do your due diligence. Look at their testimonials, look at their reviews, speak to their clients, how long they've been in business, look at their brand, look at their client success, all of the things, the reason why someone would hire you, you should be looking to hire in depth. Anyways, as we wrapped up, just to summarize this, it is really, really important that you are executing this, because this is the things that most of the top career coaches that I've ever seen, spoken to, and worked with have in common. So this is the playbook, so enjoy. If you find value in this video and haven't already liked and subscribed, what are you waiting for? Thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in working for us, there's a button right below where you can apply to work with us. And if you haven't already watched the video where I talk about the theory of constraint, then it will be right there. So you can go ahead and click it and watch that video. It will completely change your life. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.